Good morning! I'm in a great mood this morning and the spring is here and everyone's very happy about it. Save this on replay, you're gonna love it. Have you caught my live series this week? It's not on the podcast, it's just on here. So we're gonna get straight into this one today. And I'm going to shed light on something that your dream client is waiting for. Probably one of the ultimate things that your dream client is waiting for. And I'm talking to you, the business owner, who is really convinced, actually hugely unaware, but thinks you're quite aware, but is hugely unaware of your own actions. This is in an empowering way, and really thinks that it's just going to require more work, because I work with a gazillion people like this. And when they first come in, they're like, I just need to post more. I just need to keep going. I just need to do it. I just need more time. And all of these things, of course, are relevant. But actually you can have, and we do have, these huge leaps in results in having dream clients in your business, an abundant flow of dream clients, and also running your business in a way that you feel really sure about when we do this thing. And a lot of the time we seem super confident on the outside, so the people around us think that we're super confident, but in this season in the game, you're in that kind of like confident on the outside but very self-doubtful on the inside. So everyone else would be like, you're smashing it, you're fine, I didn't think that kind of thing would bother you. But that self-doubt is like that constant goddamn niggling voice in your head. Can anyone relate with that? So can I really do this? Oh my god, was I too much? Should I post that? Should I not? How was I with that client? And you're delaying yourself on bigger actions. You know that you are, and you're hiding behind being busy and not having time. And really, we both know it's because you're scared. You're scared to do the higher ticket thing. You're scared to scale. You're scared to even know how to look at how you can create your business to be scalable. I've got an aesthetics girl on right now. There we go. To even knowing how you could take your time for money business to be scalable and still do what you do and love what it is that you do. But to 1,000%. What else do you struggle with, babe? Because it's really great when people are live on that. And this is what you need to do. Are you ready? This is so cliche. It's all in your confidence. It's all in your fucking confidence. And if I'd started a live, like, be more confident, you'd have probably engaged, but maybe not to the same degree. And the reason that is because you are not admitting to yourself how much of a problem that confidence is. Because it's easier to blame it on the economy, on your own capability, on the fact that you've not been in business long enough, in the fact that you can't, I'm not techie, in the fact that blah 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 blah, and hold yourself where you are right now, than admitting it's confidence. It's inner confidence that will and would unlock absolutely anything. And there's two reasons for this. The first one is, and on the podcast, if you haven't listened to my episode called The Desire Hack, it's going to change your life. So a lot of the time we think we're focusing on the thing that we want, and you would swear down to me, like, no, I'm focused on my goals. All I'm thinking about is what I want. I'm thinking positively about them. I'm blah, 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 but we're not. We're actually focused on the lack of them. We're looking behind us. We're living that same day every day. We're showing up as the same version of us every day. And we're circling in these negative, doubtful, intrusive type thoughts, which is totally normal, but also not what you need to accept. It's not the experience that you need to have. And so actually all we're doing energetically and thought-wise is focusing on the lack of the thing that we've got. So let me give you a really easy example of this. Say you wanted to hit your 5 or 10 grand month mark, okay? And you were like, I really want it. Maybe you've put it on a vision board. Maybe you've got it written on a post-it note in your house. Maybe you're just holding on to it. Whatever it is, that's what you really think you want. But actually, a much larger percentage of your time you're spending thinking about the lack of the thing. Being in the energy, that feeling, you know, that chasey, frustrated feeling of the lack of the thing. And when we're there, we're circling, we're not progressing. Don't fool yourself. You're not moving forwards. Just because you're doing more of the thing, you're doing it for another week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 months. Don't kid yourself. That busyness is progression and you're a doer. So we want to put this work to good fucking use. And this is how we get these insane results. But for as long as you keep hearing this kind of content and going and doing the same fucking thing, nothing's going to change next year. So as we know, the key thing is the decision. It's just a decision. It's just a fucking decision. And that means that we have to sometimes swallow a bitter pill, which is fine, because we're quite happy doing that, right? Like, you're like, just give me the raw truth, I don't care. But we have to look at, like, if I make the decision to step into this whole new 2.0 level of confidence, and therefore the actions and the business moves that will take, which by the way are scary, which is why you're holding yourself in that not quite place. Not quite. I'm doing well and I'm proud of it, but I'm not scaling somewhere fucking incredible, because it's scary. And the worst part is you have a relationship with yourself where you say you're the kind of person that feels the fear and does it anyway. You've always been the kind of person to move outside your comfort zone. So it would be very confronting to need to admit that actually you're not doing this here. Because that comfort zone is a different type of comfort zone. Because we have different types of comfort zones. We have comfort zones that we're quite comfortable with. Like, maybe you're very comfortable being very busy, very comfortable being very stressed, very comfortable with working very hard. But actually, are you comfortable with facing your limiting beliefs? Are you comfortable with the concept of slowing down? Are you comfortable with the concept of changing your language? Not telling everyone how busy you are every day, not living in overwhelm, not being fucking chaotic, not addressing the lack of systems in your business, in your life. And what would I need to let go of? What would I need to let go of? Identity-wise, like as a person, need to let go of hiding behind this safety blanket of being safer in this stuckness. I'd need to do something new. I'd need to be someone new. And that's scary, it's threatening, right? I'd need to emotionally mature my relationship with fear, with new skill, readdressing my stories about learning, about, you know, stepping into a bigger version of myself. So when people say to you that confidence is just a decision, they are right. But if it was that easy, so many more people would have this unshakable confidence. And what they fail to mention to us, and this was something that I learned so much myself the long way, the hard way, is they fail to mention something called cognitive dissonance. So you can do all the fucking affirmations you want. You can put all the screenshot backgrounds on your phone from Pinterest that you want, and they will make you feel a little bit better, sure, because thinking positively, having a positive mindset, of course, it's key, and you've done that. But if that was the only part, if thinking positively and working hard was the only ingredients required for you to reach the potential that you know you've got, you know you can do anything you put your mind to, then you'd have done it by now, and it wouldn't feel so fucking hard. So cognitive dissonance is the part that you need to understand. And that is when we say something to ourselves, like, let's give an affirmation a go, for example, like, I'm a millionaire, I'm a multi-millionaire, for example. And you get that instant ick feeling in your body. Put your hand where you feel it. When you say something that you're like, I just don't quite believe that. Yeah? Because if you and I said, I can do anything I put my mind to, you'd get a different feeling in your body. You'd be like, yeah, I know I can do anything I put my mind to. If I said, I'm the kind of person that give me the work and I'll do it, you'd be like, yeah, I can get on board with that. That's me. And now if we stretched it, so say you're making £5,000 a month at the moment for the sake of argument, and we said, I make £7,500 a month, you'd be like, I feel a bit stretchy, but like I can kind of get into that delulu. I can run with that affirmation and believe it. But the ones where you cannot get on board with it, You're like, I just can't relate with it. And that feeling is cognitive dissonance. So this is where we need to bridge the gap. And I'm going to say this nicely, but this is where we have to cut our own shit and realize we have work to do. And we can either avoid that work and keep outworking it and regurgitating this business for the rest of time and get to 50, 60, 70 years old and be like, I didn't reach my potential. I didn't. It's now. It's now. You are watching this for a reason. It's now. You have to now do this work. Because if you don't do it now, you'll need to do it later and you'll kick yourself, and you know that. Because what we have to really get into is your belief system. So I know you want someone to just give you a bank of hooks for social media or some cliche fucking set of affirmations and think that that's going to solve all of your business woes and run ads on something or or take over your social media for you and run it for. I know you want that to be the solution because that's a comfort zone, but it's not. You need to get your hands dirty and roll your sleeves up and do this work on yourself. Because what we need to unlock is your belief system, that little part that makes up and is navigating everything that you're doing at the moment. And look at what's actually there, which is super simple, and dissolve it and rewire it so that we can give you an affirmation such as, I'm a multimillionaire, and you be like, yeah, I feel good with that. I'm on board with that. I can run with that. I can be an energetic match for that now. I can do this now. I can take actions like her. I can have the structures like her. I can create the content like her. And the biggest part where I said your dream client is waiting for this is you can start fucking talking like her. Not being generic, not holding back, not blaming your clients or your lack of clients or the type of client that you're landing. And being like, my messaging, my marketing is my manifestation. If you have the stamina, the identity, if you become the version of you that is actually a match for your dream client, and you're going to need to know how to evolve this at every level, especially if you want a quantum leap. If you want to make this harder for yourself, don't do it, okay? But if you and when you are the match for your dreamiest client, they come in. Every day, I have dream clients in my DMs. Every day. And I know it, and I expect it, and I can affirm it and believe it. I can write that in my journal or stick it on my fridge or stick it in my fridge or stick it in my mirror. And I'm like, so those affirmations now work because I hold the identity and the belief system of the version of me who's like, too fucking right, my dream client is always watching. Too fucking right, my dream client is coming in today. Too fucking right, I'm going to change her life. But these slips in inner confidence that you are not admitting to yourself are the only thing that you need to be looking at. And it's going to take more than a decision. It's going to take a decision, and it's going to take new work. And it gets to then be so fucking simple because everything starts unlocking. And I had a client of mine, Hannah, who will probably watch this because she always watches lives. And I saw a post of hers and I was like, damn, like that was insane. Not because I've given her any hooks for social media or been like, use my content strategy, use my content formula. Absolutely the fuck not. I work on her and I give her guidance on how to attract her dream client online, but I make sure it comes from her. And I saw a post of hers and I was like, that was just so hard hitting, so incredible. And she was like, it's basically because where she's been working on herself, she was like, I'm just ready. I'm ready to, I actually know how to speak my own truth now. I didn't even know I was watering myself down before, but I was keeping myself small, was trying to people please everyone. It feels generic, it's not hitting. Then you're drawing in those clients that you don't even want in the first place. And then you're wondering why you have a business that feels quite dry, quite slow, and full of clients that are heavy to carry in any business at all. And it all just starts with this piece of work. So I know it feels like we need ads or a social media hook bank or some generic shit but you don't. You need to come home to yourself. We need to do this work on your belief system. Apply some strategy work, absolutely, so that you also feel confident in what it is that you're doing. But this is where it lives. It lives in your confidence. I'm going to read this comment. I think it's imposter syndrome in thinking it will be okay whilst triple guessing every decision to where I talk myself out of the idea, even though I thought it was a fab idea to start with. I'm so grateful you said that, because I could not, I'm actually going to screenshot that. I could not summarize that better. Exactly this. But if you're really honest with yourself, and I'm going to give you the challenge to ask anyone that's listening that can relate with that, is first of all, what's your goal? Do you want to get to 5 grand months? Do you want to scale to 6 figures? Do you want to go to multiple 6 figures? Second of all, have you even for a second considered how you want to do that? And I don't even mean the strategic how. I'm not interested in the offer or the business model. I mean you, the most important person in all of this. I want to work 2 to 4 hours a day, and I want to fucking love my work, which I do. And I want to work with people that feel incredible. And I want to be able to know I'm in my potential. I remember the years of my life where I had that icky feeling where I knew I was meant for more, and I knew how much potential I had, and I knew I was playing too small and being underpaid and not living in it. And there was no bigger ick. It's the biggest ick I've ever given myself. It felt like shit, and it played into my lack of confidence, because it was big fish, small pond. It was the worst feeling. It was so frustrating, because even though it looked like I was super successful in all of the businesses that I did, to the outside, people were like, you're smashing it, you're doing so well, and that would be celebrated. It didn't feel good to me, because you have higher standards, and you need to start accepting them and admitting them and being like, I have this standard for myself. I want to hit this. I want to achieve this. This is the fucking money I want to make. I'm not going to keep apologizing for it. I'm not going to keep lying and pretending I don't. And also, I want to love what I do. And also, I want to do it in X hours a day. That's just what I want. I don't want to only work, but I love my work. And I want to reach my potential, and I want to reach it in a way that feels like this. And now you've got a plan, okay? And now you can ask yourself, what is that cognitive dissonance that just came up? What's that feeling in my body? What's that voice saying? Oh, but how? Oh, but that's not possible. Oh, but that's asking for too much. Oh, but you won't be able to do that because. And that's the data that we need to bring and work on together, because now we know what we need to rewire. So next time you tell yourself, oh, it's just because I'm shit on social media, or it's just because I've not got time, or it's just because of this, and this disadvantage that I've got, or it's just because of the client, or it's just because of the... Next time you tell yourself that, you're like, you're lying. You're being a liar, and we're not a liar. You know what it really is. It's that you don't believe in yourself. It's that you don't believe you're capable. And you know, if you believe you can, you're right. And if you believe you can't, you're right. So you need to apply it to this second stage of success, because how you get here, how you get a business off the ground, how you get into profit is absolutely not what is going to take you to that next level. And if you want to try and force your way to that next level, you're going to be so fucking miserable when you get there. And I know that because I work with the clients that have got there too. And they're earning the money, but they're miserable. They're in complete dysregulation. They're not admitting they're miserable, because they're like, I am happy because they should be happy, but they're not. They don't feel fulfilled. They don't feel lit up. They're fucking knackered. So it's like, how do you want to build to this next stage? You get to choose. And I don't think there's anything more exciting in this world than knowing you have that choice and having the answers in front of you. Is here's the work that we need to do. We need to work on you. And we need a better strategy, absolutely. But you've not got a hope in hell of executing that strategy until we work on you. And the good news is that can take you the next 5-10 years if you want, or we can literally just do that this year. All of it. Because the moment you become, and this is why I do it this way, the becoming first, the action second, every step of the way. But the reason it works so magically, especially as a woman, when you become this 2.0 you cut the crap You work on yourself. You learn this next level of personal development. I don't mean mindset work. I don't mean positivity. I mean we rewire and become this next level. Your relationship with money, the stories you're telling yourself about success, all of it. How much easier do you then think it is when we tweak your strategy, your business plan, to something that therefore is perfectly set up for 6 figures in 5 hours a day or whatever it is that you want to do? It's so seamless because you're just like, yeah, sure. The same way you're so confident about stuff now, the thing that you do every day, you're incredible at it. You're the best at it. When your clients come to you and you serve them, it's just like water off a duck's back, isn't it? You know, you're just like, it's just not a thing. It will just be the same. You already know this. You've already done it. But this time we just get to quantum leap that process where you become it and then you action it without all the bullshit, without all the I can't or I'm not confident or making it hard for yourself or overcomplicating it. And that is what your dream client is waiting for. That is what she's waiting for. She's waiting for you to show the fuck up. And you think you're showing the fuck up because you're staying really, really busy. It's not showing up. So she's ready to buy. She's watching you. She's in your world. She's literally just sat there ready to click. And that is the piece of work that you need to do to be having an abundance of her. If this hit, My Space CEO is for you. Oh my God, I feel like you're actually speaking directly about my life. It's so exciting. I can't think of anything better than every time in my journey someone's been like, there's your gap. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Let's not do the scarcity stuff or the fear stuff or the I can't stuff. Let's just do the piece of work that you've told me is the missing jigsaw piece to what it is that I actually want. So much love. Meet me in the DMs if this spoke to you.